Still manually converting RGB images to CMYK before you print? You're not alone, but you are losing color definition. There is a new digital printing workflow in town from Serendipity software called RGB+Spots that uses a wide range of supported digital inkjet output devices. Today we're busting the 6 biggest myths about RGB output to digital inkjet printers and revealing the smarter way pros are getting accurate spot colors with full-range RGB images without compromise. Let's take a look at myth number 1. It's preferred to convert RGB to CMYK before printing. Busted. Why do design workflows still do this? They convert your rich, vibrant RGB imagery into CMYK that ends up flattening and desaturating color before printing. That means inaccurate colors, inconsistent output, brand colors that shift, and Pantones that miss the mark. But here's the fix. Serendipity Blackmagic uses a unique RGB+Spots workflow that runs alongside your traditional CMYK workflow, which separates and independently manages your RGB data and spot color channels before recombining them perfectly at output. No conversions, no compromises, just exceptional color fidelity. Let's take a look at myth number 2. RGB workflows can't handle L.A.B spot colors. Wrong again. Our RGB+Spots engine doesn't flatten spot colors. It respects them. Your vivid RGB imagery stays intact and your spot color channels are kept completely separate with no manual separation needed. Print, measure, and certify exactly what you design. On to myth number 3. You have to choose between RGB and spots. You can't run both. Also busted. That's the old way of thinking, and it's costing you vibrancy and brand accuracy. Traditionally, designers were forced into a choice of either workflow, RGB for digital art photo reproduction, or CMYK plus spots for commercial and digital print. In a CMYK workflow, RGB imagery gets tagged, converted, and flattened into the CMYK color space, mixing with spot colors. You lose gamut and color shifts creep in. But in the new RGB+Spots workflow, your RGB file stays in its native color space, for example, sRGB, Adobe 1998, or print RGB, with spot color channels remaining separate. Serendipity Blackmagic processes each independently before output. The result? This parallel workflow keeps all color channels pure and outputs directly to your Epson Precision Dot drivers and HP and Canon printers, screening drivers, and other supported models, with job tickets optimized for RGB rendering. Thanks to Serendipity's parallel RGB+Spots workflow, you can now keep RGB color for wide gamut imagery, spot colors for brand accuracy, without flattening and desaturating your images. Next, let's explore myth 4. Spot and spot color tints won't survive an RGB workflow. Nope. Using Affinity Designer 2, Publisher 2, and other commonly used design applications, just export as an RGB PDF. You can assure that your spot color tints are preserved and separated automatically. Number 5. CMYK is the safest option for digital output. It's not. It's just the oldest and more than likely the default setting. The CMYK route leaves color on the table by flattening your RGB images and limits your options. RGB+Spots gives you solid and spot color tints by utilizing the full gamut of the printer. And yes, it's totally compatible with Serendipity's range of supported Epson Precision Dot drivers and HP and Canon printers screening drivers with jog tickets optimized for RGB rendering. And our final myth today, number 6, you can't trust SoftProofing for RGB and spot color accuracy. Busted! With most workflows, SoftProofing misses the mark because the preview doesn't match what comes off the printer. That's especially true if you're mixing RGB imagery and spot colors, but it does with Serendipity's industry-first print-proof application that comes with the SoftProofing add-on package. Using the printer's RGB ICC printer profile, PrintProof creates a soft proof automatically during processing, so what you see on your calibrated monitor is what actually prints. Benefits include accurate RGB image previews, accurate spot color and spot color tint rendering, no guessing, no surprises. Also ideal for textile applications and brand-sensitive jobs. Reduces time waste and reproofs. With printproof, softproofing isn't just possible, it's production accurate with different medias. And that's a wrap, folks. To learn more about how you can trial Serendipity Blackmagic Bureau for free, contact your licensed Serendipity seller or contact Sandstone Software directly by heading to our website, sandstonesoftware.net.